Hey guys, here's day 1 of Unit 5. We're going through the lessons pretty quick. We're already on Unit 5. We will do this lesson Monday through Friday and Monday of next week. We will hit all the topics and then mix it up Tuesday, review Wednesday, test Thursday, and then Friday before Christmas will be a makeup day. So I need all your work done by then. So let's keep on top of stuff, please. All right, so today's lesson is parallel lines and transversals and angles and similar triangles. Okay, so let's start off with the slides. Slide 2, 3, 4, and 5, maybe 6, I believe, are all just notes. The activate is just remembering your angles, straight angles, acute, obtuse, and right. I'm not going to do that one for you because you should be able to do that one. Okay. So the first thing we're going to talk about is parallel lines and transversals. Right. In the picture below, line X and Y are parallel. They don't touch. And T is transversal. Transversal is just a line that touches both the lines. Okay. Or a line that intersects them. Use a protractor to measure. We're not going to measure. We're just going to talk about the measurements. Okay. It says, what do you know about measures of angle, the angle measures? Now, if you were to measure these, you'd find out that A and C are equivalent, and A and E are equivalent, and C and H are equivalent. So that means A, C, E, and H are all the same measurement. Okay, and the same with B, D, F, and G. They're all the same measurement. Okay, so there are only two different angle measures. Angles A, C, E, and H, the obtuse, the big fat angles, have the same measure, and angles B, D, F, and G, the small angles, the acute angles, have the same measure. Okay, that's all you need to know about that. So what we're going to learn is congruent means same, supplementary is 180. So notice that when parallel lines cross by transversal, any two pairs of angles formed will either be congruent or complementary. You can take any two angles. They're either going to be the same or they're going to add up to get 180. Period. That's it. That's all you get with parallel lines and transversals. Okay. So 75 and 105 make 180. 105 and 105 are congruent. 75 and 75 are congruent. 105 and 75 make 180. 75 and 105 make 180. 105. It's either 180 or congruent. Period. Okay. All right. Then we go and talk about angles and similar triangles. So you will have questions about are they congruent or supplementary? Take two angles. Are they the same angle or they add up to 180? And then you will have this one here. So let's look at one of these. So 1 and 2. So angle 1 and angle 2, well, are they the same? Well, this one's obtuse and this one's acute, so they're not the same. So if they're not congruent, they have to be supplementary. Okay, so you're going to do that slide. The next slide. Alternate interior. We don't really need to know that, but alternate means opposite. Interior means inside. So we're looking at angle 3. Angle 3 is inside, so we need the opposite inside angle. So the inside ones are 3, 4, 5, and 6. Those are inside the two parallel lines. Okay, so opposite would be angle 5. Okay, that's all that means, and I'm going to do these for you. So angle 2, we want the corresponding angle. So which one is angle 2 corresponding? Which one's the same as angle 2? Well, it's the same as 4. It's not an option. 8's not an option, so it's got to be 6, right? So 2 and 6. Okay, and then alternate exterior means opposite outside. So if 8's on the outside, its opposite is going to be 2. That one's 2. Okay, so on the other questions, if angle 1 is 98, angle 1 is obtuse, then angle 5, is it obtuse or is it acute? Is it the same or is it the opposite? Or does it make 180? Okay, I'm going to leave those 3 for you to do. I'm not going to do those for you. And I think that hits the line questions. Okay, let's go back up here to the rest of the notes. So back to slide 5. All right. So if you have questions about parallel lines and transversals, let's go back and watch this video from the beginning. So angles and similar triangles. Similar figures have the same shape. They may have different sizes, but when two figures are similar, they're proportional, and the ratios of sides are equal. Okay, you all should know what similar figures are. We have several ways we can find out if triangles are similar. Angle criterion means that if two pairs of corresponding angles in a pair of triangles are congruent, the two triangles are similar. If you have two pairs of angles that match up, if you have two angles and two triangles that match up, an angle here, an angle here, an angle here, an angle here, they're similar, okay? Remember that all angles in a triangle always add up to 180. It's very important. You're going to be dealing with this a lot today. So all the triangles similar. So we have two angles. 87 matches 87, and 58 doesn't match 35. But if I know that all three of these angles add up together, if I take 87 plus 58, it is 145, and 180 minus 145 gives me 35. 87 and 35. So right there, I have two pairs corresponding angles that are congruent. Okay, so if I did 87 plus 35, that gives me 122, and 180 minus 122 gives me 58. So 58 here, 58 here, 35 here, 35 here. Those triangles are similar. Okay, so question 2 says, are the triangles similar below? So if you take 80 plus 60 and subtract it from 180, you get 40. Is that angle there 40? No, because it should either be a 60 or a 40. It's neither one, so those two are not similar. Okay, these are not. All right. Next, there's going to be some slides of you going through. Let me find those real quick. Just finding the missing slide. And what you can do is you can just do 180 minus 70 minus 66, and that gives you an answer of 44. Okay, so subtract these angles from 180 and get your answer. That's all you have to do on those slides. Okay, questions on that? Go back and watch this part of the video. And the last thing we're doing today is exterior angles and triangles. Exterior means outside. Okay, so an exterior angle is formed by one side of the triangle and the extension of an adjacent side of the triangle. So it's just a triangle that extends out. This is outside, so it's exterior. It's an outside angle. That's all it means. And the triangle at the right angle 4 is an exterior angle. It's outside of the triangle. 1, 2, and 3 are inside. 4 is exterior, outside. Okay, and then you need a remote interior. Remote interior angles are the two interior angles that are not adjacent or touching the exterior angle. So if angle 4 is here, the two angles that are not touching it are 1 and 2. And the picture above, angle 4 is exterior and 1 and 2 are the remote interior. Now what we need to know about this, are you listening? Okay, the exterior angle equals the two remote interior angle sum. Okay, so all you're going to do on these triangles is you're going to find the exterior angle here. My pen up, hang on a second. This is 115. And you're going to say that 54 plus x equals 115. 54 plus x equals 115. You can also do 115 minus 54 equals x, just to find the missing angle, because what you're going to do here, you're going to subtract 54 from both sides, right? And 115 minus 54 is 61. Okay, so these two add up to get you that one. 66 plus 50 equals x. That's all it is. Okay. And I think that's the last lesson we're going to learn of this. Yes, it is. So let's go down here and find these questions. I think there's... Okay, so here we go. So let's look at A. It says 1 plus 2 equals 3. Well, 1 plus 2, if they're interior to nothing. There's not an exterior angle that they're remote to. Okay, so, and definitely 1 plus 2 plus does not equal 3. Not always. So that would be a false. Oops, just be mouse, not the pen. Okay, 1 plus 3 are remote to 5. So 1 plus 3 does equal 5. Okay, I know these are hard to see. If you need to turn your computer up sideways and look at this, the 5's here. It touches 2, so it doesn't touch 1 and 3. Okay, that's how you're looking at this. The last slide here. Okay, what is this one? Okay, so this one here, you're just going to do 70 plus 45. 70 plus 45 equals 115. So A is going to be a 115. Okay, here we're going to have to subtract. So 118 minus 38 equals 80. So B is an 80. So if you have both interior, you're going to add. If you're missing an interior, you're going to subtract. That's all there is to that. Right, and then the last slide. Yes, okay. So the last slide that you're going to be working on today is you're just finding the congruent, and it's what you did up here. Find it. What we did here. Okay, we have 2 angles. We need to find the third angle. Okay, so if I know 28 and 75, 75 has to be one of my answers. So I have 28 and 75 here. 75 here and 28 here. It's either going to be G or H. So I'm going to slide A over here, and it's either going to be G or H. Okay, so I can take 180 minus 75 minus 28, and it gives me 77. So since 77, that has to be G. Because I have a 77 here, 77 here, 75 here. If I have 2, then they're all. Okay. I hope that makes sense. So go finish those up. The answer key is at the bottom if you need it. There are 2 IXLs to do today. I'm going to do the IXLs just like I did last unit. Take them all as one grade. Okay, so I forget how many there are this unit. I haven't really looked at it too hard this unit. I'll look at those, but anyway, you have 2 to do today. I'm only having you get to a 70. Guys, if you're here on campus, they're getting to 90s and 100s, so 70 is not hard. Okay, let's get there. All right, go watch this video as many times as you need to. I'm going to post and do your best.